各位观众晚上好，我们今天要玩《仙剑奇侠传5》or as we know in English, The Legend of Sword and Fairy 5. Hello everyone. Welcome to our usual Monday stream. It is a holiday here in the States, but I had to start late because of I was cleaning up after myself. Essentially, like when you have to make the meal and clean up after it. But it's all good, no biggie. And anyway, so, it looks like we'll have to talk to, Xiaoman here. Hello, Lucian Queen. It's probably a good time for you to arrive, because I was just opening the bottle. And, like, what? You social media on during a stream? But anyway, so it was a holiday, so oh my goodness, did it just put out? Oh my goodness, game. Why you do this to me? Alright, let's talk to Xiaoman the second time. Okay, Yunfan says, hey, just what's going on? Anyway, Xiaoman says like, oh, good heavens, are you... How could you be this stupid? Do you ever heard about the art of goo? I know, there's no other way for me to elegantly translate it. Goo is that way of refining things from objects that creates these poisons that help you. Anyway, isn't that thing that you... let me adjust the volume for a second. Let's see. Isn't those things or whatever that involves insects and and toads and other things that you mess around with all day? What about it? I know. You. Let's see. Well, did you know that in this world there is a type of goo that can allow two people to be together for the rest of their lives, and they will never change their minds about it? Yes, that's basically, and those people will be together and never change their minds about it. Ever heard of that? I know, it's kind of like, in English it would have been a very long thing to say. Huh? So you're saying... isn't it really amazing? I think I understand why Shibo Caogu let's see. I now see why Shibo Caogu got angry. Or I think I roughly understand why. Did she have anything else? That's all she says. Or, ooh. Anyway, that's all we had to talk to, so we're gonna go ahead and make a quick rush to... popping and crackling? Wait, is it from the microphone or the game? I also double checked to make sure. It's probably the microphone? Oh my gosh, that's not good. If it's popping and crackling, let me go ahead. Hi! Let me try to reset the mic really quickly and see if that helps. If not, then I do have a spare mic, and maybe I really have to invest in, maybe I really will have to invest into another mixer, because if this mixer's on its way out, then we might as well, like, not take any more risk with this. I mean, there's been problems before, but most of that was mostly because apparently, I think it's just using the front USB port of my desktop was bad. But this is off the laptop, and if it's acting really stupid, then ooh, that's not good. Anyway, hopefully the microphone audio stays. If not, I will definitely bring in my spare microphone, unfortunately. Because I do not want you guys to miss out on translations just because I can't talk to you. I will also move the thing so I'm not pinching any wires. And hope for the best. Okay, so we need to go to the... I think it's Tianquan is where we need to go, right? Let's see. Yes, Tianquan Palace. No, wait. We just did that. We need to go to where Yiping is. Why does Xiaoman want to make something like a love potion? That is true. Who is she? Who is her target? That's the real question. I know, it's like a love potion. Those are scary, man. It's like... I mean, like, if you think about it, do you really want someone to fall in love with you just because of a love potion? Like, how would... Then you always have the question of, like, was their love genuine? That's like, basically... That's like a date rape. It's terrible. I was just thinking, like, it's one of those, like, aphrodisiacs that some people use in, like, oh, it's not good, basically. It can be used for far more nefarious things than just simply having someone fall in love with you. I'm sorry, I just thought of that, and I'm like, oh, that's, like, too powerful. And, like, what predators can do to unsuspecting victims. And that goes for both men and women, too, so... Although it's more commonly is it? I don't know that. I don't know if that's... I can say it. One gender has more one way or the other. Oh, Yiping's not here. So, wait. No, I guess I wasn't supposed to come outside. What was I supposed to do again? Could also be this crummy laptop isn't great at streaming anymore. I may try to use, like, I have been building another desktop to stream off of for tournaments, for Puppet Up tournaments. So maybe it might be useful to use one of those here in this room, although it's a pain because it's kind of a big object. Far bigger than this laptop is, but it may actually be better than to use that. And we can have this reserved for just playing games that are easier to stream off of, rather than streaming, because it's a laptop. So I'm also worried it's just a laptop having, like, not enough power in the USB ports. Anyway, I don't think I was supposed to leave, so... Aw? What? 多谢. Okay, maybe I have to click on somewhere. Because it says I could peruse the objects. Am I supposed to be here? Oh, I talked to everybody at this point, so... Maybe I just come here and take a look? Or do I have to care? I mean, I'm not gonna... It's gonna take too long to translate this. Because, like, it's impossible. I don't think we have to talk about this, right? Hold on. No, I'm not gonna... That actually is a description of multiple medicines. It's gonna take too long to talk about. So... Let me see. Oops, nope. Being a button is not really gonna help me in here. Oh no, I'm supposed to go back to the room and sleep. Oops! I didn't read the front part of the report. Oh well. Bye, my compadres. Au revoir. Actually, no one in this world would understand that phrase. Au revoir. French is not a popular language for Chinese people to learn. Of course, that's not to say that there are not Chinese people in China who definitely are interested in the French language. Let's see. Is it faster to just warp this from here? Probably. Yeah, because Yunfan walks at the speed of slow. Also, my French is terrible, so please don't consult me as a French pronunciation guide. I am very bad at it. Please consult someone who actually is fluent in French. Alright, let's head back to the Yufeng Tai, which is the Riding Wind platform. And we'll make a quick warp to the student quarters, which I'm assuming is where we're going to stay. Alright, to the student quarters. Oh, thank goodness for warping. This game is actually... For the most part, there's a lot of things they try to make the player experience, the user experience better. But there are just some weird emotions, as I've mentioned before. But yeah, Love Gold and Legends are pretty deadly. So yeah, they use, it's the love poisons, technically, so the men can never leave them. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Okay, yeah, that's just overkill. No way, that's really scary. It's like a super poison. You can't betray me. That's like, there's like in Japanese like in Japan there's the concept of we're in the more nerdy circles, I guess. The concept of a yandere, which is a very obsessive type of person who loves the person till death. It's kind of scary. They're the worst to deal with. Like, they're basically almost... They're pretty much stalkers. And, like, I don't know why... Anyway, but that reminds me of that kind of behavior. Overly possessive. Yeah, that's yandere business, isn't it? This is not my room. But I can try to take stuff off of it, though. I like how we all agree it sounds like the yandere. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Ironically, that archetype of person or archetype is, I mean, some people like it, but I think it's more acceptable in fiction than it is in reality, I guess is the best way to put it. Yeah, it's cool black magic stuff, I suppose, but that's kind of scary. You're like, you will love me or else. I'm like, oh. What if he don't love you? Okay, is this my room? Yes, is it? I don't think so. Oh no, it's not. No, I'm not. This is just the shop actually, but I don't think I have anything to buy from him right now. These are scrolls that give you stuff when you seal something, but anyway. Hold on, give me 1 sec. I'm actually going to put a jacket on really quick. I'll be right back. You have terrible taste and oh, okay. Well, I guess thank you for letting us know. I'm just kidding. Let's see. I guess I could buy these, but I don't have. Oh, I don't have enough. I have enough to buy a couple, both of them, but. Oh, I see. It allows you to refine medicine into, like, certain, like, objects you find in the field into medicines. So that's the first two, and the next two are just like... Oh, these ones allow me to create seals that will be useful in battle, but I have some of these seals already, but some of them I do not. So maybe I might want to get these later. Or I could get them now. But I'm so poor. Well, we could get Weaken too. That might be useful, so... okay. Well... let's buy Weaken too. weaken, as in like it weakens your power, not weakened. And you can learn some more seal stuff, but this is gonna cost way too much, so I don't want to buy this quite yet. Yay! We've created Weaken 2. Hi Neville, welcome! Okay, we're done with... We can't buy much, we're too poor to really afford anything. The real question is, where's his room? It depends on the type of legend, I guess. I watched an old show where it was actually seen as part of a promise. Oh, jeez. That's kind of crazy, too. Alright, I actually got 1,000 gold for my trouble. No, seriously, where are the rooms? Okay, finally, I found the room. Hey. I'm not gonna translate that poem. You can translate that on your own. I'm just like, for the sake of... I'll just not do that. Do it. It just says you can actually go to... You can actually go... It tells you, yeah, you can choose to go to the library, but I was just there, so I do not need to do that again. 休息吧. Let's rest. 休息 is the word for rest in Chinese. After some day, the next day, sorry. After some days, what am I thinking? Oh, hi. Alright, some training.
师傅，怎样？
Yunfan says, 师傅, how was that?
什么怎么样啊？
Nice. Yiping says, what is this about? How about what?
我刚才使的招数啊，怎么着也学了个8九不离十了吧？
Nice. I actually like this expression, 八九不离十. It just means I'm almost complete. Why can't the woman that it be the woman style? I don't know. Don't ask me. Maybe because men don't usually use go very well. Anyway, Yunfan says like the technique I just used. I'm sure I got it down almost. I've got it down almost completely. So it just means like I've gotten down to around 90% or something like that. That's the best way to put it. 89%.
你刚才有耍剑吗？我还当耍猴呢。
Wow! Ouch! Yeah. So like, oh, were you just playing with your sword just now? Maybe you'd be better off playing as a dancing monkey. Oh wow! Ouch! He just said like, wait, you call that sword play? It just looked like a monkey dancing around. I'm like, wow! Ouch! You know, has a sweat drop.
师傅，你这么厉害，倒是使几招给徒弟看看呢。
Anyway, he said, 师傅, well, since you're so amazing, why don't you show off some techniques to let me see them?
小子，看着。
EP said like, all right, you whelp, take a good look. You punk. I could have said you punk too. Ooh. You can look at how swag he is. He's not even holding his arms out. Oh, he can do that too? Well, I mean, he is a master, so... Yeah.
怎么差这么多？
Yunfan said like, why is there such a big difference? Yeah, that's the heavenly sword.
没有半瓶醋，怎么能当你师傅啊？
I know, that technique is actually really, really awesome. He is a master, so... Fan Ping Chu is like... I know, it's actually... I like how it's like... you don't even have half a bottle of vinegar? How could I call myself your Shifu? Anyway, but no, he means like... if I didn't have some half-decent skills, how could I call myself your Shifu? Oh. Shh, don't show him that you laughed at him.
师叔，江公子之前习剑时无人教诲，多是自己体会，自然有所偏差。师叔的剑术可说独步天下，还请多多指点。
Hey, Kevbot, welcome, welcome. Everyone's here today. I like how this one is like, in the world, there's only, you are the only one walking. But it literally means like, only you, like, that's the word she used, like, unparalleled in the world, by the way. Just to tell you what it literally means. Anyway, Yuno says, Shisu, in the past, Mr. Jiang had no one to teach him how to practice with the sword. So he had to do everything by feel. I know, right? Hold on a second. Wait till the game comes back. So naturally, there is going to be some great difference. So your sword arts are unparalleled in this world. Please give him more advice. She's basically asking him, can you please help Mr. Jiang?
还是雨柔说话顺。你这个臭小子，怎么捡的这么大个便宜啊？
Ouch. Let's see. 捡的这么大的便宜 or like anyway, let's see. Oh, the Heavenly Sword. Yeah, I had to use that. And that was like the young version. So in the legend, he's actually the main character of Legend Sword of Fairy 1. In case you guys missed that revelation from last time. So he doesn't use his real name, Li Xiaoya. Well, is it debatable? Is his real name? I mean, like in China, in Chinese culture, you could actually change your name multiple times and it'd be your official name. So it's not like the West where there's this concept of a real name and that's your birth name is your name forever. You can actually change. People did change their names as they changed their position or changed alliance or other like great events. And that was even happening in the 20th century. Like there's even Jiang Yunfan, who was like a general for the Kuomintang. Like, he didn't use that name forever. He even changed it again. But, I mean, most people remember him by Jiang Yunfan. But, you know. Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting off topic. Yiping says, like, you know, you sure... Oh, let's see. Like, see, you know, knows how to say nice things. You little whelp. Why... Like, oh, by the way, what is in this case? 怎么捡的这么个大便宜 is like the best way to say it is like also I'm sorry to you guys because the game is being silly. Is it like getting like you're taking advantage? I don't know. It's like weird. I don't know how to say that. Yeah, I know. It's like, how did you get something so good? I mean, how did you get such a good advantage is what I was thinking at first, because that's usually how it's used. Like, you little whelp. Just when did you manage to get something so good?
师傅，
师傅，I...
拎着你的耳朵给我好好听着。你学剑到现在，就光顾着学剑招，只学了个表面。 再练一辈子，也不过是个庸手。
Oh, an amateur? How dare you? Anyway, let's see. Oh, sorry, I just saw your... Yeah, that's right. Like, all right, open your ears and and listen well. What the way you've been learning the way of the sword till now, all you've been caring about is learning the sword techniques, and you've only learned the appearance of it. Even if you were to practice for an entire lifetime, you would still be an amateur. Oh, I don't think he understands. I guess it's like imitating the moves of a master without understanding the principle behind them, right?
啊，要知道，练剑的人最重要的不是剑招，而是剑意。
Yep. As I was saying, you must understand that practitioners of the sword, the most important isn't the movement of isn't the sword technique, but the meaning behind those techniques. I know. It literally says like it's not sword play, it's the sword meaning, but you know what? It's the principle behind the techniques, right? As I was saying earlier.
打个比方嘛，剑意是容器，剑招就是水。一个1斤的酒坛，就算是装50年陈的花雕，装满了也就1斤。
I see. I was like, Guadiao is like probably a type of wine. Yeah, I know. There's no anyway, so, well, let me give you an example. The meaning of a sword's, the principle is like as the container, and the sword movement is like water. Let's see. One wine jar weighing one jin. I know that's like there's no other way to, because we cannot actually call it like gram because it's half a kilogram, as she correctly said. Let's see. Even if you were to put in Huadiao wine that has aged for 50 years, even if you fill that wine jar completely with that, it's still only 1 斤.
要想成大器，先把自己变成九缸九窖，池塘、湖泊，直至大海。
Wow.
到大成时，草木竹石皆可为剑，举手投足无不成招。
I like this. So basically, like, oh, sorry. Anyway, you have to, if you want to become someone great, I know. Let's see. You must turn yourself into a wine pot, a wine cellar, a pool, a lake, even into a great ocean. Once you become large, let's see, then grass, I know it's like literally like grass, wood, bamboo, a stone can become a sword. And if you raise your hand, then, let's see, or like, at every movement of your hand and feet, not all of them can become like techniques. I know, like your moves, your hand and feet will themselves become techniques. I know, it's a very poetic way of saying it. So basically, yes, you get the idea, right? He's poetically saying like, the grass, the wood, the bamboo, the stone, all can become a sword in the hands of the right person, right?
那师傅，你的剑意到了什么境界？
Anyway, so poetic. Yunfan says like, then 师傅, up to what level is your sword principles anyway?
你师傅我，也就是个酒缸。不过你小子嘛，连酒杯都算不上。
Ow! Ouch! Yiping says, your master is only a